Yo, sometimes I look back at old pictures of myself and I'm just like, damn, what were you thinking? Like, oh, man.
I can understand that. Some of my fashions were a little bit questionable back in the day.
Is that something you would tell your younger self?
All right, so we're talking about what we would tell our younger selves, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of an interesting question in and of itself. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of decisions that, I don't know, maybe we regret or maybe just certain feelings that we might have felt back when we were younger. So I guess if anyone wants to start off, maybe Dad?
What would I tell my younger self? Okay, well, I mean, there's things I would do different, but I wouldn't say I have regrets because, I mean, everything I did in my past led up to where I am today, and I'm happy
that's true.
Yeah.
with where I am today. It's kind of like the Marvel Universe. If you change one path, then that changed the trajectory, and I may not be sitting here right now with my beautiful family. So.
Yeah, no,
like
true.
the butterfly effect.
Exactly.
Exactly, the butterfly effect.
I think about that kind of stuff all the time, too, in terms of,
Right.
Yeah, but what would I tell my younger self to calm myself down? Because I had, thinking about, I would say like my high school years, about to graduate, going out into life, I would tell, I mean, and it's cliche to tell yourself, it'll be all right. But I would tell myself in high school, my younger self, to be more proactive in school because school is so short. Your school, you think it's forever and you're gonna be there forever and it's taking so long or whatever. I would tell myself, this is so short, take advantage because a lot of the things, I mean, there's a whole life after high school, but there's certain things you can set yourself up for while you're younger like that will transcend out further. So I would tell myself to be more proactive in my schooling. Than I was because I was a fly-by-night type of student, and whatever.
Wow.
Whatever. I was.
That looks like a confirmation, though.
All my report things, everything would say he has so much potential, but
Untapped potential.
And that was the story of my life back then, and I didn't, take advantage of that. But I would say take advantage of that potential, I guess, type of thing.
How do you think that translated into now, though?
I don't know. I in some aspects, that's still how I govern myself, so I guess I would tell myself that now and then.
Be more proactive.
Be more proactive and be more, in doing certain things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
I feel that.
Exactly.
But that's
Yeah, I think sometimes we do things because other people might want us to do it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. What about you, Marcus?
I would tell my younger self a couple of things, but it's funny because we were just talking about that whole butterfly effect thing, because it's weird to think about what if certain things change and it doesn't end up the way you sort of want it.
Right, it has this crazy ripple effect you didn't see coming.
But I would say to my younger self, it's weird. We're talking about the cliches, and I wouldn't.
It's hard not.
I wouldn't
to.
believe myself in terms of any of those cliches. Like it'll be okay, it'll be alright. Like I ain't trusting that. But
Oh wow.
I would tell in terms of practical things, I would tell my younger self, don't do track and just keep doing theater in high school. You're gonna have a better time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree.
because I did track, and I did track. I feel like I was kind of I wasn't coursed in track, but I feel like I was. But I ended up doing theater in my last year of high school, and I really enjoyed it. I just wish I would have. Yeah, I just wish I would have kept that up.
Yeah.
Right, too. You started it in middle school.
I did.
Right.
Yeah.
And then picked it up in your senior year.
Exactly, and so I would definitely tell my younger self that. But again, that's a whole ripple effect thing. I might not be doing what I'm doing right now. I might have gone into acting or something.
Right.
Well,
Who knows?
that's true.
You might have got blown up at a mailbox or something.
Oh.
The butterfly.
Oh,
effect.
wow.
What?
That was a wild example. Right field.
Took it way. That's the movie, Butterfly Effect. You know,
I was
Wow.
Yeah, okay, I see what
Okay.
you mean. No, we're all kind of sitting there like, wait a minute, what? But I would do that. What else? I would just tell myself in terms of that in a more broader sense. I guess sort of similar to Dad in a way, just be more proactive with things.
Yeah.
Or to go after, don't be shy in terms of going after certain things. Right. Is what I would definitely tell myself. Just yeah, if you want to pursue something like that, go for it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of how other people are going to react to it. Is what I tell myself.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good
Definitely.
one. I like that.
Yeah, it goes back to what you were saying. You may do things or you did things in the past that you thought might have been expected of you, as opposed to doing what you want to do.
Right.
You know, I think for me, as far as my younger self, I did a lot of things that I wanted to do when I was in high school. Let's say, yeah, I did. I was involved. I was very involved.
Yeah.
In school and outside of school. I just did a lot of things, so I don't have any regrets. Or I would tell myself, keep doing it, girl. You know?
Yeah.
You go, girl.
You go, girl. That's really
You doing your thing.
You're doing good.
You're doing good. Yeah, you're doing a good job, right?
Good job.
Exactly. But I guess one thing that I would, and you don't know this really when you're younger, but I would tell my younger self, set your sights on other things. So you get. I wish I would have had the knowledge for me to set myself up for other things. Like I did things in school, I did things, in church, outside, things like that. But I wish I would have told myself, you need to position yourself here to get here.
A little more strategic.
A little bit more strategiking. Exactly.
Strategic. Same
Right,
difference.
same thing. But yes, that's exactly what I was saying. You got to be strategic with this because I think knowing what I know now as an older person, that everything has to deal with strategy. We have always, me and your
A little
dad.
less fly by night.
Yeah, me and you have great plans. Like we're great planners. We can plan things.
Yeah.
But I think it's the strategy. And I would tell my younger self and even my young married self, you need to strategize. Because what you do right now is going to impact you years from now.
Yeah.
So that's what I would tell my
You're
younger
gonna feel
self.
that impact.
Exactly. Make different choices in a strategic way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that. For me, what would I tell my younger self? I love what you all said. I mean, that kind of helped me kind of understand a little bit more about what I would kind of tell my younger self. And I guess I would say, kind of in the same vein as Marcus and Dad, kind of, just don't be afraid to get involved with certain things. Like, because sometimes I would hold back just because out of, like, I don't know, like, am I going to be good at this? Or, I'm going to, make friends here. Sometimes, joining certain clubs or whatever, which I did eventually join clubs, but just maybe start a little bit earlier.
Okay.
And then, especially, like, just in school in general, just don't be afraid to make different kinds of friends.
Ooh, yeah.
So
I get that.
don't be afraid to branch out and, just have different people in your life, So I think that's another thing that I would kind of tell my younger self. Just don't be so afraid,
Broaden your circle.
Yeah. And, you have a good personality, you. Flex it.
That's what you would say to your younger self, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
No, I get that. You have to get out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to do when you're young and you're in that space.
Yeah.
When you're not as experienced.
You don't see stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. You don't see around corners as well, but
And that's in all. I think that's in all situations, all opportunities. So, because I was just thinking as you guys were talking.
Yeah.
Not even because your mom was talking about when we were married. So, I would also add, if I could, to take advantage of all opportunities afforded me. Just open your eyes to all the advantages of things and opportunities that you have.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking back in particular, like when we first got married, me and Verdel, we lived in Boston.
Right.
And we did things, but I mean, we could have did so much more.
Right.
We could have being on our own and we could have done more. We were steady coming back to New York every other weekend.
Right. And
sitting
just
up
to
in there.
piggyback off that, I remember when you were getting your orders.
Yeah.
And we were nervous, or mainly me, really, because I wanted to be where my parents were, close to them.
Yeah.
We could have gone anywhere.
We could have gone anywhere.
We could have been overseas.
We could have been
I was
overseas.
so nervous about that.
Right. And
I didn't want to do it.
And
That
that's
would've
the
been
whole
different.
thing.
Yeah.
Being in the military, I could have went. I think about it now. If I was in the military now, and and they would have been like, "Yeah, you going to Italy, you going to Japan." Like, oh, hell yeah. It's only for 3 or 4 years. It's not like we're moving there forever. Because you think of time and say, oh, we're going to be there. It's going to be so long.
Right.
Man, we'd have went anywhere.
We could have been military.
In California.
I could have been military brat.
Yeah, we'd have went to California. I'd be like, oh, yeah. Is there anything in California?
That would have been
That'd have been crazy.
Then again,
But then
different life.
Yes.
We might have been
Different
military, but it might be a different story.
That's
it would have been a
different story.
Everything would have been different. Your nana wouldn't have been with you,
That's
so
right.
that's what I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
So I mean,
Okay.
things work out how they work out.
Exactly.
You know,
I mean, we're happy where we are now.
We are. You know what?
Right.
And on that note, we want to hear about what you would tell your younger self. So we want to continue this conversation because even in this conversation, we had different things we kind of thought of.
Came out.
So how would they do that, Maya?
Yeah, so let's continue the conversation on social media. We have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
You should probably subscribe to that YouTube channel. Hit the like button to like the video. Comment below if you got something to say. Also hit the notification bell
Ding, ding.
so you get notified whenever we put out new videos.
We want to thank you so much for watching Let's Kick It with the Joneses, and we will see you next time.